Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Holistic Witch's Cottage. This is Melissa, and there is a lot going on in the world today, at least in my part of the world. So, in the witchy world, we have Ostara, the spring equinox, towards the end of the week, on Friday, March 20th, I think is the official day this year. And then there's also St. Patrick's Day on March 17th. So that's just 2 days away from the time of my recording. And the weather has been weird, wonky, and witchy, like a Wizard of Oz kind of wonky, witchy, with tornado warnings, tornado watches, high winds, lots of power outages, some damage, thankfully none at the cottage. And I don't know what those winds blew in, but Miss Melissa has not been feeling 100%. Something is triggering my asthma terribly, and I'm having some weird allergy side effects. I'm not sure what's going on with that. There was like this weird white powder all over our cars after the biggest part of the windstorm. So we're not sure what part of the world that blew in from and what that is. But so my voice is not 100%, but I'm going to try to do this anyway. So let's start with a little bit of a recap. So yesterday, my family and I decided to go to a semi-local festival in the town of Phillipsburg, Pennsylvania. It's about 10 miles or so from the cottage. They were having an event called Easter Gras, spelled Easter, and then Gras. I guess this was their interpretation of Mardi Gras. My husband and I attended their community Mardi Gras celebration last year and had a lot of fun. There were street vendors and street performers and people handing out, those cool Mardi Gras beads, and the town was decorated in golds and greens and purples, and it was cool because in central Pennsylvania we often don't see things like this. So it was full. It was cool. It was not full. Maybe some people thought it was foolish. We thought it was coolish. Ha! Okay. Bad pun. But we went last year and we really enjoyed it. So we put it on our calendar to go again this year, and I was doing a little content creation for some peeps. And so Easter Gras was a little bit different. It did not fall before Lent, so I'm not sure if that was why it was a little more subdued and sedate. But there were still street performers, people running around in costumes, handing out beads, and some of the storefronts were decorated in green, gold, and purple. But what I thought was cool, at least from my witchy perspective, like Fat Tuesday, Mardi Gras, the big celebration before the 40 days of Lent when we're supposed to give up everything fun and cool. Fun and cool for 40 days. So this is falling, a few days past the middle of Lent. For those of you who are following me and doing ashes, we kind of just got to the halfway point on Lent. So this is falling through the middle, but there were like bunnies everywhere. There were bunny costumes, people in bunny costumes, but there were windows done in bunnies. There were ceramic bunnies everywhere. But the bunnies were wearing beads and Mardi Gras masks and wild feather headsets. And it was just like a cool fusion of two very magical events. So we thought that was super fun, a little more sedate than last year's, but super fun still. We stopped again at Little Plug for Coco's Coffee House, which is part of Brown Dog Catering. if you live in central Pennsylvania, this could be a fun place to stop in Phillipsburg, Pennsylvania. I like their coffee, and now they have a rewards program as well. So you buy, I guess, 9 and get the 10th free or whatever. This time I opted for chai latte, maybe one of the best chai lattes I have gotten out in a restaurant or coffee shop. I make my own, so I make my own to my particular preferences. But for getting one out at a reasonable price, it was awesome. I think Kiddo got a cappuccino, and he said it was really good. I got that last time, and I thought they made a particularly nice cappuccino. And hubby has been getting Coco Jojo, which is a Mexican hot chocolate mixed with coffee. It has whipped cream and chocolate on top of it. You actually have to break through the chocolate. It's hard. You have to break through the chocolate to get to the liquid. So that was cool. So that was fun. And we got a little breakfast too, which was a nice perk. Just a bagel for me. Nothing fancy, but the guys got breakfast sandwiches. Everything was wonderful. It's a neat place. They decorate so cool. There were bunnies with masks and beads, and I don't know where they find their artwork because they seem to change it up a lot, but they had all this artwork of like these famous historical people, but they were bunnies, and the pictures were wearing beads and stuff. It was just really cool. So that was fun. Then we did a little thrifting. We went to a little vendor fair. There was a lady selling earrings, like the acrylic earrings that you see almost at every vendor fair event like that, but sometimes they're very expensive. We went to a witchy event, and the earrings, which technically I could make myself if I wanted to, at the last event, the earrings were running between $20 and $40 a pair. This woman was selling earrings for $2 a pair for the Easter stuff. So I got some bunnies. I got some cool, they're very Eastern European folklore because, I'm Slavic, so I'm into that. So there's some legends regarding Easter about chickens and birds in Slavic cultures. So I got these cool, like, chicken folklore paisley earrings. I don't know. I don't even know how to describe them. I've never seen anything like them. They're not big and gaudy. They're pretty tiny, but just the artwork in them was amazing. So, and again, like $5. Yay. Hubby got Bigfoot earrings, which I think is hilarious, but he got 2 pairs of Bigfoot earrings because he is a big follower of Bigfoot. He's a believer, and he loves all things Bigfoot. And Kiddo didn't get anything there. So then we went thrifting. There's a place called Thieves Market that has like vendor stuff, but they also have like a lot of vintage stuff and furniture. Kiddo, as a designer, loves to look at vintage clothing, so we did that, and then of course we ended up at the Goodwill and got vintage stuff at much better prices. So that was kind of a recap on the day. So this morning I woke up, like, power has been out at a lot of places and businesses around us. Luckily we never lost power in the storm, but in my county, the last count I saw, over 7,000 people were without power. Over 30,000 in my state were without power. So, pretty big numbers on that. So I didn't stop at our grocery store yesterday due to some power issues, but I had to go in this morning. And this isn't what I would technically call either a St. Patrick's or a Ostara Ostora meal choice, but I'm going to make it an Ostora meal choice. So I went in, I'm walking through produce because many stores start that way. And I saw that their bananas were 69 cents a pound and 89 cents a pound for organic, and I thought that felt a little high, but they had some that were starting to turn, that they were wrapped up and bundled, so I got 6 bananas for 80 cents total. They're just starting to turn. So bananas, the magical correspondence for bananas are fertility and new beginnings, among the normal things like prosperity and abundance, which aligns with a lot of foods. But I felt that aligned very much with Ostora, because Ostora Spring Equinox is about fertility and new beginnings and balance. And I thought, I can make that work. I can make that work with banana bread. So that is my plan for later today. I am going to make a bunch of banana bread to eat and to put in the freezer as well. So that's the plan for today. If that sounds interesting to you and you'd like to connect with masculinity and fertility, little fertility spell with banana bread, I just am going to use the basic Betty Crocker recipe with 3 bananas, 2 eggs, some flour, some sugar, and some leavening, and mix it all up. I probably won't add any stir-ins because I'm feeling so sensitive. My allergies are so sensitive. I'm afraid to put really any spices in this one. Everything's a trigger for me this week. So, magical banana bread is in my future. In the cup right now, we have a semi-local dairy that makes they make and distribute some iced teas. So I actually have something commercial today. I didn't make this one. This is Valewood green tea with ginseng and honey, because I thought it might help calm down some of my symptoms, and I hope that it does. So let's talk about St. Patrick's Day. So in witchy circles, sometimes St. Patrick's Day is not a happy day. It is not a time to celebrate. But then we have a lot of people in witchy and pagan circles who have Irish ancestry and are totally into the St. Patrick's Day because they see it as an Irish cultural celebration with the green beer and the food, the corned beef and cabbage or whatever, hot cross rolls, Irish soda bread, Irish coffee, whatever you're into, whatever your thing is. And the way I feel about this one is pretty much the way I feel about most things. Whatever resonates with you, that's cool with me. My husband has Irish descent. He is really into the food part of it, so he chopped up rutabaga and turnips and parsnips in lieu of cabbage, because sometimes cooked cabbage makes me sick. Have a little sensitivity to that. And I have a lot of food sensitivities, my friends. A lot. Very many, and that list seems to grow exponentially daily. Someday I guess I'll be living on water only. I don't know. So he chopped it up and put that with the corned beef in the crock pot. So that's what we had when we came back from Easter Gras. We had our St. Patrick's Day dinner because he has to go to work, so he won't be able to do this on Monday or Tuesday. So whatever your thing is, if you have Irish descent and you want to celebrate culturally, that's awesome. if you don't and you're against the concept of St. Patrick's Day, I respect that too. Some wear the you didn't get me shirts, no snakes. That's become a big thing in pagan cultures. The legend that St. Patrick drove the snakes out of Ireland. Typically, they say not a snaky place in Ireland, so some people feel that refers culturally to him driving out druids and people who practiced folk magic as they Christianized and Catholicized Ireland. Again, historically, your interpretation is fine with me. I don't get into these kind of competitive culture wars. I don't wear a no snake shirt. If I saw one in a store or someone wanted to send me one and it was cool, I would certainly wear it. But I've never seen one other than online, and I'm probably not going to pay $35, $40 for one. I could probably make my own. I'm looking out the window, seeing something weird. Hang on. Okay. I guess we're good. We have high winds again today. I thought I saw like something fly across the driveway. But I don't think it's anything that I need to worry about. It's probably just a bag, not something that's going to hurt the cars. Okay, cool. I would certainly wear like a no snakes t-shirt if I had one. The You Didn't Get Me t-shirts, I would probably wear one of those too, or maybe I should make some. I have the capability as well to do that. I don't do green beer because I'm not much of a beer drinker, not really my thing. I might do some Irish coffee on Tuesday, because coffee, definitely my thing. As far as, the legends of driving away the druids or the folk magic practitioners, maybe there is some truth in that, but there are also people, you can go on any witchy group, and there are a lot of people that have reclaimed Celtic roots or sort of adopted Celtic practices. There is a huge resurgence of Celtic practices in the pagan and witchy world, especially like in the Christian witch world. There is a huge resurgence because the shamrock can connect with the Holy Trinity and different folklore that and I'll talk about that in a bit, but the folklore that resonates and corresponds with that. Again, whatever your practice, if St. Patrick's Day is part of your practice, awesome. My music is like fading to the point where I can barely hear it. I'm not sure what y'all are going to hear out there in podcast land. Sometimes I love Podbean, but sometimes things get weird, and with the wind and the internet, and yeah, it's wonky. It's wonky, my friends. So try not to get distracted, Miss Melissa. Try to get through a topic without getting distracted. Not gonna happen. All right, St. Patrick's Day. Hot cross buns. I learned a new thing today. So I don't make them. I do make my own rolls. I've never made, I guess, technically what's called a hot cross bun, when you cut it with a knife at the end. Some cultures, some Irish cultures, folklore, folk magic refers to cutting the cross, cutting the X on the top of the roll to release the devil, to release Satan from the bread. I had never read that before. I just read that today. I don't know what the significance is or if that's historically true, but I had never read that before, so I thought that was cool. Hubby played around with making an Irish soda bread last year. I didn't care for it. there's supposed to be something about that, the leavening process, that's supposed to bring in good luck and keep negativity, keep demons from the home or something. Of course, the shamrock is for good luck. Green is for wealth and prosperity and good luck. Whatever. Celebrate as you choose, my friends. I'm making banana bread. I'm not dyeing it green. It has nothing to do with St. Patrick's Day. But if you're going to dress up, you're going to do the green thing, you're going to do the no serpents, the serpents thing, the snakes thing, whatever you're going to do, have a marvelous, fantastic time, and wishing you much prosperity, much luck, and much wealth. And if hubby were here, he's learning Irish and Welsh and those languages, and he can say it in Irish, but I can't. My music is fading out almost to the point where I'm either going deaf or it's not there. It'll be interesting with the playback. And the whole time it says like my music volume is at 20%. That has not changed. But it's so quiet. Weird. So I took a little pause there to take a sip of tea. Let's talk about Ostora. Spring equinox in the northern hemisphere, which is coming soon on Friday, I believe. March 20th, I think, is the official calendar date for that. Ostora, for those who celebrate, it's often a day of balance, of fertility, new beginnings, similar to the secular Easter, with bunnies and chickens and eggs and coloring eggs, similar to that, because we know there's been some cultural cross appropriation that goes on with that stuff. Ostora is the equinox, equal length of day, equal length of night, and then, it's only good, like, from here. The days have been getting longer since solstice, but I mean, it's, gonna get seriously longer days soon. So that's a good thing. Many like to plant, gardening, flowers. Spring flowers are often associated with this time. It's still a little too early to plant in my part of the world. We had snow 2 days ago, and they're calling for more on Tuesday. We made that little greenhouse, which is, with the high wind, that hasn't been it's holding up. But I was playing around with that sprouted Amish popcorn project, and that didn't turn out so well. So I think those sprouts are going out for the birds. They started to grow, and then the weather got bad, and I don't think they're going to make it. So I'm going to start over with that today. Ostora for planting new beginnings, planting seeds of new beginnings, whatever that means to you. We'll often see big picturesque hats, beautiful spring clothing, pastel colors, whites and pinks celebrating new life and purity. I'm doing banana bread, which makes no sense, but somehow to me, I'm going to make it make sense. And that is coming. Now, I have some non-witchy followers that ask me questions sometimes and say, like, I don't get it. I don't get your lifestyle. I don't get what you do. I don't get why you talk about correspondences with food. I don't get why you talk about cottage life and simple living and how you think all this stuff is connected. Honestly, let me see if I can do something with that. Hang on, guys. It doesn't matter how I play with the music, it's not increasing. Okay, so it doesn't, like, I think you either get it or you don't. I think if you don't get it, you can certainly do aspects of the everything is connected lifestyle. I think you can do aspects of it, but I think you either get this or you don't. I was talking to a friend about an organization that I left. My husband and I are very active with environmental causes. I was a member of an organization that was working on a project that was fine. It's a good project. I completely support the project that they're doing, but they're making some choices that conflict with some of the environmental organizations that we belong to. So I had to make a choice. So I chose to support the environment in that case. And it was like, I don't get it. I don't get that you're trying to keep everything balanced. What difference does it make? I think you either get it or you don't. I have online friends that totally get it, and I know some people in my real IRL life that don't get it at all. And that's okay. We're all different. So as far as like celebrating Ostora versus Easter or Ostora and Easter, I do both. I celebrate Ostora as the spring equinox. It's also a day when the veil, for those who are empathic or connected to spirit, it's a day when the veil can be very thin. So I celebrate both. I celebrate spring equinox as a balance and the equality of day and night, and a day the veil is thin. And if the weather is lovely, I'll go outside and enjoy nature and talk to my birds that are coming back to visit and check my bird houses and my feeders and my spring plants and my snowdrops that are starting to come up and all those things. And if it's not your thing, then it's not your thing. Sometimes it puzzles me why people who are anti this whole thing listen, but I appreciate all my followers. I appreciate everyone that listens, but sometimes, like, I don't listen to podcasts that I don't like. So, I don't know. Don't really get it. But as far as Ostora, again, if you prefer to celebrate Easter, then that's cool. If you want to celebrate Ostora, that's cool. And if you celebrate both, like I do, I celebrate everything. Then, that's awesome. I think that's awesome. So, from my perspective, now Easter will be different because from a Slavic perspective, there's some required foods from my culture for Easter. I will not be doing those for Ostora. Lamb is common for Ostora honey cakes. I don't do much of that. We'll do like the big green salad thing, and probably a sweet dessert and some kind of sweet beverage. But for Ostora, like, we don't go all out with a huge dinner, but some people do, so that's cool as well. Because whatever your path is, which as you wish, right? Which as you wish. I think I said it wrong again. All right. So this is starting to go nowhere. Let me think if there's anything else I want to add. So I'm distracted by the wind again because we're having extremely high winds again today, and I'm sitting here in the living room and we've got the big windows, and I occasionally see something scary fly by the window. feel like I'm living in the Wizard of Oz the last 3 days. You know, at the beginning of the movie when Dorothy looks out the window and sees all the things blowing by. We have seen some weird frickin' stuff blow by the last 3 days. Wind gusts up to 75 miles per hour. No rotation here, but there have been tornadoes in other places in Pennsylvania. Thankfully, no damage at the cottage. As far as my background music, I can barely hear it at this point, even though I turned the volume up on that. I'm thinking that's got to be a systems issue with Podbean or something due to the weather and the internet. But my podcast friends, maybe on your end it will play back as normal. I'm not sure. So, however you decide to celebrate the festivities of this week, I wish you well. I wish you fun. I wish you wealth. I wish you prosperity. There are some bad, scary things happening in the world. Try to concentrate on the positive. Surround yourself with white, positive light, the light of the Holy Spirit. Feel free to call in the angels. It doesn't matter if you're not Christian. The angels will still support you if you need it. Blessings on your journey. I'm running out of things to say and my throat is starting to hurt. So I'm going to end it here. Blessings and bye-bye.